Hey there, it's Dave with Flipperforce, and I'm excited to show you some of the new project scheduler functionality that we just launched into our project scheduler. Now, what you'll see when you log in next time is we've revamped the user interface here. We've added in a toolbar here that'll look a little bit more similar to a Microsoft project or any kind of other Gantt scheduling software. We've added in some new functionality that'll help with the usability of the scheduler when you're creating your schedules for your rehab projects. So first, we've added in undo and redo. So that's just going to be handy if you screw something up in your schedule. You can just click the undo button. So for example, if we accidentally extended that out, you could just click undo and it will just bring it back to where it initially was. So hopefully that new functionality will help you in case you accidentally screw something up in your schedule. And one of the most exciting features that we just launched is auto scheduling. So let me turn this off real quick. Now what we had before was when you updated something on the schedule, it wouldn't automatically update everything downline. So for example, in order for rough plumbing and rough electrical to start, rough framing has to be completed. So if rough framing ended up taking another day, it wouldn't automatically shift rough plumbing and electrical back a day on the schedule. So you'd have to do that manually here. So that was the problem with what we had before, was you had to do all of that manually. So if your schedule changed, if one of these schedule items ended up taking a little bit longer than you initially thought, you'd have to automatically or manually update everything downline on your entire schedule. So let me redo that real quick. And let me show you the new auto scheduling feature, which automatically updates all of the successors downline from the predecessor. So if I click on auto scheduling, and then let's say that rough framing takes one more day than we initially thought, you'll see that it's going to automatically shift everything downline on the schedule. So if, let's say rough electrical takes a little bit longer than we initially thought, it's going to shift drywall back, it's going to shift doors and trim back, interior painting, and everything downline on the schedule. So again, this will save you from having to manually rebuild your schedule every time something doesn't go according to your initial plan. So I think that's probably going to be one of the most powerful features that we've added in here to hopefully save you a bunch of time recreating your schedules anytime something changes on your schedule. Now, another thing that we added was critical path. So critical path identifies all of the critical items on your schedule that are critical to the end completion date. So you can see bathroom finishes on this current schedule is the last item on the schedule. If anything along this path is delayed at any point, it's going to delay the completion date of the project. So anything on this path, we need to make sure that we really manage it and make sure it stays on track. Otherwise, if any of these items here get delayed by one day, it's going to automatically delay our completion date by a day. So that's what critical path does. It identifies the critical path of your project, so that way you can know which ones you need to really manage. So you can see cabinetry is not on the critical path right now because it's not critical to the project being completed. Right now, bathroom finishes is the last item on our schedule, so that one is critical. Cabinetry is not critical. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll probably record some other video tutorials in the future just kind of explaining critical path a little bit better than I have done it so far. Otherwise, another feature that we added in was hide weekends. So I'm sure a lot of your crews don't actually work Saturday and Sunday. If that's the case, you can hide your weekends from your schedule. So if you're going to be creating a schedule and your guys aren't going to be working on the weekends, I would just click that button when you initially start, and then you can start to build out your schedule without the weekends there, and it'll make things a little bit easier for you, so that way you can build in all of those durations without your weekends in the schedule. And then we added in some other zoom functionality, which is what everything you see over here on the right hand side. So you can zoom in if you want to zoom in, you can zoom out, which will zoom out the schedule. And then I think the most handy zoom feature is going to be just zoom to fit, which is going to automatically zoom it as close as possible to fit everything in there in the screen, so that way you can see it. So you could zoom all the way in. So now you can see we've got some stuff cut off over here on the right hand side. If you change it to zoom to fit, you can see everything on the screen. And then finally, we also have export to PDF. So if we click export to PDF here, it's going to generate a PDF report. and it's going to be a PDF document that you can share with your contractors. So basically you could just go up here and you could either send this in an email, or you could print this off, maybe expand it onto maybe an 11 by 17 sheet of paper, and then you could post that on the job site, so that way all of your contractors and subcontractors on the project know what the project start dates are for each contractor or for each task, and then also know when they need to be getting each major task and milestone on the project completed by. And then one last thing is that all of this information feeds over to your project calendar. So you'll see over here we have the project calendar here, and your project calendar can be used to manage all of your projects in one location. So you can see right now we've got a bunch of different projects in here, and they're all color coded. So you could go through and you can see on this particular project here, Rehab Estimate Template, we have certain project tasks going on. The one that we just were in was New Template Estimate, so you can select either of these projects over here to just show those in particular, or if you want to show all projects, you can do that. But let's just show the one that we were working on. So you can see we've got demolition going on Saturday, it looks like, through Sunday. Then we have rough framing going from Sunday through Tuesday. Then we have rough electrical going on Wednesday to Thursday, and then drywall starting over there on Saturday. If we scroll to the next month, you can see where all of our other project tasks are going to be completed on the project as well. So hopefully our new update to the project scheduler will make the scheduler much more user-friendly and better reflect some of the other Gantt scheduling softwares that you've seen out there. So hopefully you can use our scheduling software instead of paying $99 a month or whatever it is for Microsoft Project. You can just get into our software, use that to manage your project schedules, as well as all of the other stuff you've got going on in your rehab project. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.